Hi everyone, welcome to Sarawak Tourism Board's very own Sarawak Travel Chat. I'm Rosalind, and with me today are two very distinguished guests. With me is STB's CEO, Puan Sharzede, Datu Salleh Askor, and of course, Mr. Maurice Balang, our Director of Stakeholders Relations. So we're going to be here today to have a little chit-chat about Sarawak tourism as a whole, but most specifically about how we have stayed resilient despite the onset of the pandemic. Now, Sarawak, our beloved state, is the largest state in Malaysia and is on the island of Borneo, the third largest island in the world. And it's strategically located in the heart of Asia Pacific. It's only 3 hours from Hong Kong, 2 hours from Indonesia, and just an hour from Singapore. And it's been very well known for its pristine rainforest that has been there for over 140 million years. And of course, we have our culture, very diverse, food and festivals and adventures and all of that. Okay, I would like to ask Puan Sharzede, there's no doubt that the pandemic has affected tourism on a global scale, even Sarawak. But they say there's always a silver lining. Okay, what has been the positive outcomes of the pandemic for the Sarawak industry?
Thank you very much, Rosalind, for that question. I think it's a perfect question for me to answer with regards to the pandemic and how resilient we are in the state of Sarawak. Yeah. So basically, what I like to share with the audience here basically is that there's about an opportunity for the state of Sarawak, and Sarawak Tourism Board has took these opportunities where we have re-strategized our tourism. We have looked into new products, as well as we would like to also announce that the orangutan population has increased. So let me touch a little bit on re-strategizing our current strategy because of the pandemic. Basically, what had happened is basically with this pandemic, we were able to look into and focus our energy towards what we call responsible tourism, as well as sustainability initiatives. We would like to align ourselves very much towards the SDG, and from STB's advocacy of SDG, we focus very much on SDG 4, SDG 12, as well as SDG 17. And with that responsible tourism, I think you will hear later, we'll be discussing on what are the initiatives that we do. Then the other point that we like to know, which I think this is very important for all countries for that matter, is that we were able to create new products. We were able to improve our products. And we took that opportunity for over 2 years to create new products. And one of the things I must say, and I have to say this, is that there will be a launching of our Borneo Cultures Museum. And that is the largest museum in Malaysia. And it is the second largest museum in Southeast Asia. So you can just imagine that this museum is a 5 levels of a museum with a different thematic on each level, and these are permanent exhibits and all. So you must come to Sarawak. You will not be disappointed, and I think it is one of the things that all Sarawakians are very proud of. The other thing that I like to emphasize is that because during this, this period, we were able to also look into improving our forts and so forth. So we are creating forts trail and all. But most important thing, as you can hear and heard what Rosalind had mentioned just now, we focus on CANFF, and one of the things is about food. And we, during this pandemic, we are recognized by the UNESCO Creative Cities Network with regards to our variety and diversity of our gastronomy. So again, like I say, with this pandemic, imagine we were able to increase the population of orangutan, which has 99.9% of our DNA, and we are able to create and have and receive 4 I think 4, or 3 orangutans, babies coming up pretty soon. Yeah, Rosalind. So I think there's a lot of things that the world should come to Sarawak and really experience what we have to offer.
Okay, Mr. Maurice, there is no doubt that the pandemic has changed the behavior of travelers. They are now more mindful about their choices of destination, their itineraries, and also they want to keep about the preservation of the mind. Okay, they are now looking for places of healing. So, in your perspective, in your opinion, how has this impacted travelers coming to Sarawak?
Roslyn, yeah, you brought up a very good point. I think travelers now are more conscious on their safety, on the health issues, and that also reflect in their choices of destination and also activities that they want to do at the destination. That's why the travelers now, when they choose their destination, they are more conscious on the sustainable and responsible tourism practices, among the visitors. It's good to note also that when travelers choose their destination, they want to give a positive impact, to wherever they visit. They want to give empowerment to the local community, and also they want to contribute to the economic benefit to the society, and also with less impact. Travelers now talk about carbon offsetting. They also talk about being conscious to the community, not to embrace their culture, so on. Things like that.
Okay, Puan Sharzede, what are Sarawak's unique selling points?
Well, Sarawak is known for its variety of things, but in Sarawak Tourism Board, the way we define our destination is that we focus on 5 areas, and that will be culture, adventure, nature, food, and festival. And these are our 5 pillars that we are promoting to the world, what Sarawak has to offer. And it is very, very nice to know and to let you know that with the CANFF as our pillars, you can imagine with 27 ethnic groups, the different cultures, the different food, the different festival, and you can experience all of this throughout the year. Because every month there will be activities everywhere you can find in different states of or different parts of Sarawak, where you can feel and can sense the different ethnic groups. So, I think Sarawak Tourism Board is very much focused, and our tagline, Sarawak More to Discover, remains relevant. And I think even with pandemic, it is more for us to focus on these areas and to enhance the pillars of CANFF.
Mr. Maurice, there are many travelers out there who travel and seek for authentic cultural experiences. So what does Sarawak has to offer to those who are seeking these kind of experiences?
Thank you, Roslyn. For people who seek for cultural experience, they can participate in our community-based tourism. For example, in places like where we have homestays, we have about 46 homestays in Sarawak. So this is a good experience for the visitors to experience the local lifestyle. For example, in Barrio Homestay, it's up in the Highland in the northern region. It's very unique with the Kalabit culture, and also very famous for Barrio rice. So here you can experience also the unique festival that they have. It's called Pesta Nukenan, where the local people will showcase all the varieties of local dishes, and local culture as well. And this is only in the northern part, Barrio. I'm just talking one area, but we also have areas in the central region, in the southern regions. For example, our Kampung Santubong Homestay, they have won the Asian Standard Awards in 2016. So we are very proud of our hospitality and the level of services that is being offered to our visitors in homestays.
Mr. Maurice, what about those who are seeking adventures and also nature? What does Sarawak has to offer?
Roslyn, in Sarawak, we offer adventure experience from soft to the extreme. It can be just a walk through the national park, or you can participate in our 4x4, for example, a 4x4 wheels challenge, that goes into the hinterland. So those are the varieties. But in terms of nature, we have a total of 67 national parks, and 23 are being open to the public. So there are a lot of national parks in Sarawak that you can visit. Yeah, for example, our Gunung Gading National Park, you can see the Rafflesia, our Semengo Wildlife Center for the orangutan, Bako National Park for the proboscis monkey, which has a unique big nose, which is endemic to Borneo Island.
And I would like to add, if mine is just also to know that for visitors to Sarawak, if you can just go to Bako National Park, you actually can see these wonderful creatures and animals, the pig, you know?
Yeah, the bearded pig.
The bearded pig. And I think that's interesting because you actually get, it's a close-up of your experience to see the bearded pig. And that's a very unique animal that you can find in Bako National Park. So, I mean, there are a lot of creatures that you can find in Borneo Bako National Park, and I think, and that's about what, 35 minutes away from the city. And you take an adventure, you take a boat ride, you know, to that place, and I think it is an experience that I think anyone would, you will have a memorable experience. I think this is what Sarawak has to offer, and Bako National Park is one of the top national park visited by many visitors, may it be local or may it be international visitors.
So Roslyn, as you can see, our accessibility to adventure and nature is a mere 30 minutes away. Do you know that the state government of Sarawak has gazetted a total of 2.1 million hectares of land and marine areas as totally protected area, for the conservation of nature and wildlife.
Oh, really? Okay, now our next question is for both of our panels, and it's a great question. What would be Sarawak's must-try food for the foodies out there? Okay, what's that first?
Oh my God! You talk about food, I can have a whole day talking about food. But let me just zoom in and tell you, my favorite is noodle, and therefore Laksa Sarawak is my favorite. And if I have a choice of beef steak or any other dishes, I'll go for Laksa Sarawak. Do you know that Sarawak Laksa is known as breakfast of the gods by the late Anthony Bourdain, who came here and tried not just one bowl, but more than one bowl. So can you imagine how delicious it is? That's my favorite, Maurice and Rosalind. What about you, Maurice?
Oh, mine is ayam panso, definitely. Yeah. For those of you who do not know what is ayam panso is actually chicken cooked in bamboo. Yeah, so you have a lot of wild herbs, wild chicken, and you cook in an open fire. Just imagine that.
And for me, it's of course Sarawak's famous dessert, the Sarawak cake lapis. Okay, now as we talk about Sarawak tourism moving forward, Puan Sharzede, so recently Malaysia and Brunei have announced their agreement on the implementation of the Air and Land Vaccinated Travel Lane, VTL. Should this come to be, what would it mean for Sarawak?
Well, I think these are the moments that we've been waiting for. okay, and that would mean that there will be more free flow of people, visitors coming to Sarawak. I mean, we have been been very conscious and very concerned about safety and health. And I believe that with VTL it is very welcoming for all the industry players because it will help the economy greatly for sure. Yeah, and this will make it easier for travelers to come. And I think it is also showing the level of confidence of travelers coming to the state of Sarawak. So we look forward. There are announcements that we are looking into Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei, having that VTL with Sarawak. So let's hope for the best and let's make sure that VTL comes in as soon as possible.
Well, everyone, we have come to the end of our chat today. So I would like to thank both our panel. Thank you, Puan Sharzede.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maurice, for this very entertaining and insightful chat today. And I hope that this discussion will lead you to come to Sarawak and hope you'll be enlightened about what Sarawak has to offer for tourism. And I hope that it will get you to dream about Sarawak. To know more about Sarawak, you can visit our websites and all our social media platforms. And to end this session, enjoy our destination video, A Journey Awaits.
This is a new horizon. One we'd never imagined. In a land as old as time lies the ancient wisdom of mankind. We are all in search of something greater, to find meaning in the mysteries long forgotten. What if we went back to where it all began and reconnect with our origin? Now feel the rhythm of Sarawak. This is our prayer for the world. May you come alive even in the stillness as you awaken to newfound senses. May this life be a more immersive journey for as far as you wander. Sarawak, your journey begins here.